Bismillah. Okay. What if life is simpler than you actually think? Perhaps a good question to start off the day. What if life is simpler than you actually think? What if you're overcomplicating things? Or without even knowing, making life more difficult than it's supposed to or could be? What if? Well, let's look at what do you want to be, first and foremost. This is already the place where it goes wrong very often. Because people look at what they want to be in the realm, in the reality they think which is possible. So in the reality they created for themselves, I can do this, I cannot do this. They think, okay, so this should be my goal approximately because I can't really do this and this. But this is like the bare minimum I could be able to achieve, and boom, that's their goal. Bro, why are you making a goal this way? Why are you making a goal this way? Right? When making a goal, I think in essence, the whole thing is it shouldn't be realistic, because the reason you make a goal is because you want something else or a different reality, the thing making it realistic or not realistic. You want a different reality for yourself, meaning you want a different life. And with that different life, different ideas will come along. Meaning, if you are at your goal, you will have created a different reality for yourself than what you think right now, than where you're living in right now. So why, when making a goal, would you think within the capabilities you have right now? If you make a goal thinking in the capabilities you have right now, in your current reality, you're basically making a goal for tomorrow. That's not what we want to do, bro. What do you want to do with your life, man? You want to keep on making goals for tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow after? And bro, that's not how you're going to get there, you know? When making a goal, step one is not thinking about how am I going to get there? Not thinking about what would be possible for me. When making a goal, step one would be forgetting that stuff and think about, what do I actually want? What is it that I want? And that want, you can ask anyone. You can ask athletes. You can ask successful entrepreneurs. Anyone. You can, what are they called? Professors, or people who are very far in a religion, or people who have achieved a lot in a certain realm. You can ask anyone there, why do you keep going? Or when it's difficult, why do you not stop? Because they'll say they know what they're doing it for. So if you have a strong want, a strong will of, this is what I want, this is what I want to go to, then the how, etc., all that stuff will follow, bro. You just got to start off and say some daring shit like, this is what I want. This is the shit I want. Not maybe, if I'm lucky, if lightning strikes twice, I'll get there somehow, and then I could be able to do this. That's not how you make a goal, right? So now, after we have the goal, we have this very big goal for ourselves, how do we move forward? Step one is creating problems. What do I mean by this? Let's say you want to be a millionaire, right? This is the goal. Now, in becoming a millionaire, you're probably going to need a company, or you're not going to be a millionaire. Maybe you got some creative shit I don't know about, but you need a company. So what do I need for a company? I need clients, or else I'm not going to make any money. So how should I get clients? Problem one, solve that problem. Okay, I can cold call them. Okay, yallah, let's go, let's cold call them. And then problem two, how am I going to close the clients? Or probably once you're cold calling, you'll realize, what's my proposition? What's my proposition? Another problem. Thing is, you work from problem to problem to problem to problem, and you solve them every time. And that's how you get there. Inshallah. That's how you get there. So the last thing you should do is on the forehand, try and solve all the problems you think are going to be coming up and not do anything. Because if you start a thought tree of this is what I'm going to try and do, then probably this and this will happen. Then probably I will experience these, and these problems. How am I going to solve these problems? You're going to create crafty little solutions. But what if at step one, you realize, oh, this is not what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this instead. Let's say you start here with marketing, but in reality you realize, okay, cold calling might be better. Now you have spent so much energy, so much time solving all these problems already for strategy marketing, which you're not going to do. So now you end up waiting and postponing action when you could have just started with marketing and found out whether it worked or not. And then you could have switched to cold calling in maybe a week or two. You could move so much quicker if you just move from problem to problem. Very simple, perhaps. Why think about all these difficult things, strategies, etc., when you could just start, do something, fuck around and find out? Step 2, solving these problems, just keep going, keep finding new problems, keep solving new problems, keep staying creative. And don't think this is where it goes wrong often. At a certain point, people don't really see themselves doing it, right? You have that goal, maybe you have some clients, and you think of, damn, the goal is actually to have a big company, you know? I got like 30K a month coming in right now. How am I ever going to go to that $1 million? Well, thinking like that is obviously not going to help you. It's not going to work in your favor, obviously. So thinking like that is stupid. So stop thinking like that. And you might say, well, that's easy to say, but it is that easy. It's that easy, bro. Just as when you're running, jogging, right? Goggin style, running around the block, and you think, I can't anymore? Well, what are you gonna do, bro? You're gonna stop? Well, you're not home yet. You gotta keep running. And it's just like that with life. It's not really different. It's not any different, as a matter of fact. Another reason why life is in reality so simple. Lessons you can literally learn in a jog will be relevant for you in business, in life, in bigger things than a jog. And that's the power of simplicity. Simplicity. Because just as when running, you can't stop, you just gotta keep running. Well, why would it be any different when going towards your goal? You know you're not home yet, so why stop running? It's that simple. It really is. If you're thinking, man, I have a bad day, I'm having a bad day today, I woke up sick. Fuck it, bro. Who's gonna, who told you that because you are sick, it's gonna be a bad day? Because you woke up a certain way, it's gonna be a bad day. Who told you that? You, bro. You can choose, You can choose to let it be a bad day or let it not be a bad day. It's a choice. That's also a thing which makes life so simple. It's all a choice. Everything that happens to you is a choice. Your whole reality, as we spoke about, reality is just the thing you've created for yourself. It's a thing you created for yourself. That's why your reality now will be different from your reality when you have achieved your goal, when you are a millionaire. Reality will be different because you will think different things, have a different morning routine, have different work, have different people around you. This is what creates reality. Reality is based on your choices. Reality is yours. So the reality that today is a bad day is also yours. To make or break. To say, yes, it is. Give up, start walking instead of running. Or say, well, I still gotta do shit today. Might as well be a good day. Fuck it, it's a choice. And I feel like a lot of people don't think it's a choice. A lot of people think, This is the day God has given it to me like this. I can't change it. Well, you can, bro. You chose it's a bad day, so you can choose it's a good day. You can choose it's a hurdle, it's an obstacle. You can choose life is difficult. You can choose life is easy as well. You can choose to stay in that poor mindset. You can choose to be rich as well. You can choose that fact that people look down on you, or you can choose the fact that you're strong or not strong, as you can choose that you are strong, as you can choose that people don't look down upon you, but people ask you for advice. Because if you think of yourself as someone that people ask for advice for, guess what? People will ask you for advice. Because your reality is just the fact that people do. So you'll behave like this. And people will see you like that. You know? If you think, hey, I'm a strong guy, well, you'll probably be going to the gym because that's what strong people do. So reality will find a way to be shaped around, or I guess life will find a way to be shaped around your reality. It will shape itself around your reality, about the thing you create for yourself, about the choices you make. Because once again, your choices are the reality, right? So that's why life is just so simple and people make it so difficult, overly difficult. You can do what you want to do. You can do what you want, whatever you want to do. You just have to do it. And that starts with seeing yourself doing it. Believe in yourself, man. What are you doing, buddy? Believe in yourself. Because with that belief in yourself, others will start believing in you too. Jazakallah khair.